What's up, guys? It's me, Alan. I'm back, and holy shit, Ty Gibbs just won that race. We're talking about the 2021 NASCAR Xfinity Series Daytona Road Course race, the second race of the season, and wow, what a race that was. So, we had drama right out of the gate, right before the race even started. Let's just get right into this. Noah Gragson he cranks the car up, it starts, and then it just would not fire for some reason. They were having issues. They tried to get a push start from one of the wreckers. That didn't work, so they pushed the car to his pit box. They fixed it, got it going. Um, but he didn't get to take the green with everybody else. Um, he finally makes it out on lap two. One lap down, he quickly gets past and put 2 laps down. He would fall as low as 3 laps down in this race, and we'll get back to him later. But Austin Cindric takes the early lead after the green flag. Jeffrey Earnhardt came down pit road at one point early on. He was having some issues. Um, Gragson would have to do a pass through because of too many men over the wall. It is what it is. Natalie Decker spins in the front stretch chicane, looks to have made contact with Matt Mills. Matt Mills suffers a right rear tire rub. Um, and Decker's day would end early. I saw I think one person said, was like, well, why did she get put on she shouldn't have been put on the crash clock or damaged vehicle policy or whatever. The problem and the reason why Decker was done by lap four was because she was dropping oil apparently, or she was having some sort of issue with that. Um, Lap four would be caution for fluid on the racetrack, which came from Decker's car. So that happened. And yeah, Jeffrey Earnhardt would get the free pass. He would be 1 lap down. Noah Gragson would be 3 laps down. Decker goes to the garage. She's done. And then a little bit later, Ryan Vargas stalls at the entrance to pit road, about 4 or 5 laps to go. Caution comes out for that. Jeffrey Earnhardt gets back on the lead lap. Vargas goes to the pits with mechanical issue. Weren't sure if he was going to be able to come back out. Or if they were just going to pack it up and be done. He actually would come back out later in the race, so that was good to see. We saw a bunch of guys come down pit road here. Tommy Joe Martins, he got hit for too fast on pit road. That happened. And then we get to the end of stage one, and this caused a huge amount of buzz within NASCAR Twitter. Austin Cindric, AJ Allmendinger battling for the lead, coming to the end of stage one, coming out of the front stretch chicane. Cindric spins Allmendinger, coming to the checker flag against stage one. Or basically what happened was, and this is my take on it. Basically, what happened was Allmendinger was leading, Cindric was second. They come out of the chicane, and I think the way that Allmendinger backed to the corner, it allowed Cindric to get just underneath him, like just barely. And what happened was I think Allmendinger was just trying to block. He kept coming down on Cindric, and Cindric did not give up his possession, and Allmendinger got spun. He ends up clipping I'm not sure if he clipped the grass or if he clipped what was right in front of it, but he tore up, hit the front of his car. And Riley Herbst actually wasn't that far behind. And what happened with him was he tried to, I actually think it was him and Myatt Snyder both had to go underneath Allmendinger to avoid him. Snyder was able to keep it on the apron. Herbst ended up going through the grass and ripped his splitter off, and the damage took him out. But he still manages a third place finish in the first stage. Cindric wins, Myatt Snyder second, Riley here third, Jeremy Clements in fourth. Holy crap! Andy Lally fifth, Brandon Brown sixth, Harrison Burton seventh, Kyle Weatherman up in eighth, Bayley Currey, his teammate, in ninth, and Justin Allgaier in 10th. Gragson got the free pass. He'd be 2 laps down. Allmendinger's team does their best to get the car fixed. He gets back out there. Crash clock does not expire, so he's able to stay out. Both he and Cindric meet minimum speed. And then a little while later, during stage two, Allmendinger blows the left front tire. He pits. He missed the front stretch chicane and didn't do a stop and go, so he'll have to do a pass-through penalty up pit road. Tommy Joe Martin had to do miss the bus stop, so he would have to do or he had to do a stop and go, which is basically if you miss one of the chicanes or the bus stop, whatever, you stop and then you go, basically. Same thing happened with Brett Moffitt. And then Allmendinger goes to the garage a little later for mechanical issues. He would be able to get it fixed though and come back out a little while later. Miguel Paludo's left front tire goes down. He has to pit late in stage two. Jeffrey Earnhardt would come down pit road late in stage two while the pits were closed, because they closed with 2 laps to go in the stage with a flat tire. Gragson also reportedly suffered a flat tire, but he would stay out, hopefully to take the wave around to get him back to 1 lap down. And Ty Gibbs, in his first career Xfinity Series start, he takes the stage win. Harrison Burton second, Daniel Hemrick third, Justin Haley fourth, Justin Allgaier fifth, Austin Cindric sixth, Brandon Jones in seventh, Myatt Snyder eighth, Preston Pardus in ninth. How about that? And Jeremy Clements in 10th. And Bayley Currey would get the free pass. And then exiting pit road, Brandon Jones suffered some damage. He has to come back out to fix it. As mentioned before, Vargas would come back out. He would return to the race. Greg Golding stayed out, so he'd be on the front row for the restart. Gragson, a couple laps into the stage, he comes down to pit road for pitting for tires. He is still 1 lap down at this time. And then a bit later, Jade Buford spins. Or caution comes out for him. Bayley Currey gets the free pass. He gets back on the lead lap. And then speaking of Curry, he blows a tire with 4 laps to go, with leaders coming to 3 to go. And then just a little bit later, the carcass of the tire comes off. Caution comes out for debris. Gragson gets the free pass, and he's finally back on the lead lap after the whole freaking race. Some drivers stayed out, some drivers pitted. Not some, and of the ones that pitted, not everybody took tires because, well, Justin Haley took fuel only. Ryan Sieg, Myatt Snyder, Jeb Burton, Brandon Jones, Brett Moffitt, Andy Lally were among 9 guys that stayed out. And Preston Pardus apparently dropped out of the race at some point. I saw a tweet that he was checking a release from the infield care center. So I don't know what happened there, but something happened. So then we come to the restart for the first overtime because there'd be more than one. And Ryan Sieg, he goes wide in turn 1. So, and then just several drivers made contact. It looked like Gibbs was like maybe this close from, like, he was like really close to the grass, and it looked this close to where he could have just ripped the freaking splitter off. Just a lot of guys making contact, and then going into one of the turns, um, Gray Golding, Josh Williams, and Stephen Lake, they all get caught up, wrecked. It just looks like a lot of people got into each other, but they were the ones that got spun around. Caution comes out for them. Williams just like slid through the grass into the tire barrier or whatever. Myatt Snyder looked like his tire went down on the left front. Justin Haley lost a bunch of spots after not taking tires on the when he pitted. And Noah Gragson finally gets back on the lead lap after issues before the green. Or he was finally back on the lead lap. He jumped from 31st to the top 15. Holy shit. Second overtime, going into the first corner, Ty Gibbs freaking just mows through the grass. I don't know how his splitter didn't get ripped off. I don't know how his front end just did not get damaged whatsoever. Because, like, you watched him go in turn 1, you just see dirt flying. It's like, holy crap. But somehow, nothing happens. He ends up getting to the lead and takes the white flag. Noah Gragson, but there's a group of cars that spawn, I think, in like turns 2 and 3. Noah Gragson, Alex Lebay, Justin Allgaier, Ryan Sieg, Andy Lally were involved, unfortunately. So tough break for Gragson. Just fought his way through the race, waited and waited and waited, and finally gets back on the lead lap, and then it all goes to shit. But it happens, unfortunately. Better luck next time. But how about this? Ty Gibbs. Ty freaking Gibbs. 18 years old. Dude's younger than me. I'll be 20 in October, for reference. He wins in his very first Xfinity Series start. Only the 6th driver to do so, and only the third youngest winner in the Xfinity Series ever. Wow, what a race. This was a lot better than the truck race yesterday, honestly. Again, the way that race ended, like, this had some sort of vibes to the end of that race where we got 3 freaking overtimes. but at least in this one, it actually turned out quite well. Ty Gibbs, wow. And people are going to be like, oh, he was running the 54, he was running for his grandfather, whatever. Shut up. Seriously, shut up. I'm sick and tired of all the Silverstone comment crap when it comes to guys like him, the Dylans, whatever, because it's all about connections, people you know, talent, money, all of those things. And he gets put in a situation to win, and he went out in his first career Xfinity Series start and won. So you know what? Congratulations to Ty Gibbs. You earned that win, and can't wait to see what he'll do in the future. And yeah, so that's really all I have to say about this. But I do have one other thing that I want to mention. Circuit Diecast is doing this little affiliate program, with people who have a decent following, talk a lot about diecast. I review diecast myself, of course, and I got an email about it. I responded rather, as soon as I saw it. I almost I think I almost sent it in the trash folder. I'm like, wait a second. So I took a look, I replied, and I'm a part of it now. So with that being said, if you ever head over to Circle B Diecast or Plan B Sales, because you can still get some things from over there, but Circle B Diecast is the wholesale retailer for Plan B, use the code ANJJ, all uppercase, at checkout on orders over $20 for free shipping. You're welcome. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace.